Hi and welcome back to the channel, and today I'm going to do your Chinese horoscopes for 2021, the year of the ox. So we're going to do the year of the ox. So according to the Chinese Zodiac, 2021 is the year of the ox. And let's hope it's going to be a little bit better than 2020, because that was a pretty poor year for most people on just about every front. But this year is supposed to be a lot more lucky, actually. It's supposed to be a good time to focus on longer term things, but on relationships in particular. And I know a lot of you have been in lockdown, and that must be a terrible period for anybody that's single. But this is going to be a year when relationships can flourish quite well for most signs, actually, for all signs. It's better generally overall for everyone. And so it's a time also when you can make new friends. So I'm sure that as we gradually come out of this pandemic, people are going to want to socialise more. So the kind of the year of the ox is a pretty good one for socialising with friends. So it's generally a pretty positive sign, and it's a positive energy as we come out of this horrible coronavirus period of 2020. Now, the ox as a symbol in Chinese astrology is a very hard-working animal and very methodical. Right, so it's anything you have to do in life at the moment that requires hard work is the time to do it. This is the time when hard work brings rewards. It's not a time when sudden things come into your life and you suddenly make money and speculative things. This is where you have to be persevering, right? And any good luck you've had already, they say, will also be increased upon. So it's a time for consolidating your good luck. As the Chinese believe a great deal in luck, but this is a lucky time really for most people. The ox is a in Taoism they have this idea of yin and yang, which you've heard about. Well, the ox is dominated by the yin energy, so it's the passive female the passive female energy of the ox for this year. So it's going to be a time when the ox is a strong animal, and it's also a time when people can carry the weight of responsibilities. And it's a time also when we can redouble our efforts to achieve the things we want in life. And so this, for the world at large, is a time when we can make slow and steady progress, and also slow and steady release from the burdens of the past, actually, which, you know, of course has been paramount in 2020 with all the problems of coronavirus. So it's promising for a steady energy that will slowly bring us out of the crisis of 2020. So it's not going to be sudden releases and everything's going to be all right overnight. It's not. I think we've already understood that. As the vaccines roll out, the year will gradually get less and less stressed, even with all these additional variants coming in. You know, I made some predictions about that in my prediction period, didn't I? I told you all about that there'll be other viruses coming, which seems to be the case now. Nonetheless, I still think we'll get through it. So this is also the element for this animal, the ox, is metal. So this is a metal year. We had a metal year last year. So they say that the lucky colour for metal is the colour white. So that's supposed to be the positive colour. So it's a favourable year for economic recovery then, worldwide. And a period, again, like I said, perseverance and consolidation. These are kind of the key words for this sort of thing. And it's so, therefore, if you're making investments and things like that, this is the time for making long-term investments rather than short-term ones. I expect the stock market to go wild when we know the pandemic is completely over, but at the moment, and probably for this year still, you know, there's still uncertainty in the air, so it's probably best to put your money into long-term investments according to Chinese astrology. This is also a good time for anything connected. Like I said, it's connected, good for love and friends and things, but also a good time for family. And obviously, a lot of us have had to sort of withdraw to the confines of our family, and we're all stuck in at home, and our family are probably, for many of you, the closest people around you all the time. So this is still a year of good period for consolidation within the family, a time when there is order in the family. And order in the family, of course, brings there will be order in society. We have to start with the family always. This is actually a very interesting Chinese concept. If you look at it in, for example, the I Ching, it talks in the hexagram of the family. It always talks about that we make the family secure first. Then we go out and we make the society around us immediately with our friends and the relations. We make that balance, and then we extend out to the whole world. So it's a positive thing. It's coming back to the centre of things. It's a stable period. Now, I'm now going to move on to the individual signs. But if you're new to this channel, do follow us, because we have all sorts of things going on this channel. And we have every Friday, my wife Jane and myself give a talk about all sorts of paranormal things. And you can, in the live sessions, ask us questions and join in psychic experiments and all sorts of fun stuff that we have going on Fridays. And of course, you'll also get all sorts of predictions and things on this channel as well. So don't forget, click that little bell thing to subscribe, and click the bell motive when you do press the subscribe button, and you'll get updates about what's coming up. And there's loads coming up this year. 2021 Chinese horoscope for the sign of the monkey. 2021 is going to start off as quite a challenging time for you. It's a bad start to the year, but it will work out. So you're probably going through some difficult times at the moment, and I think wishing the year is going to come to an end before it's even started. But those things will move out the way quite quickly. You've got to make a lot of changes this year. There's going to be all sorts of areas of your life where you're going to be changing everything, changing all your direction in everything you do, in romance, in finance, in where you live, in what you do, in who your friends are. There's going to be an awful lot of sorting out and changing this year. And it comes to finances, this is going to be one of the few times you'll actually save money, because the sign of the monkey is can kind of spend quite quick. But this year you're going to save a lot more, because the energy of the year of the ox is one of steady going, and you should save a little bit of money. And it's something worth thinking about trying to do, because there's lots and lots of hectic change happening around you this year, and you want to have the money to make sure you can fulfill your dreams. Now, it's also a very good time when spiritual things should take center stage for the sign of the monkey. You can take your focus off the money a bit, and become a little less materialistic, and maybe open up your journey into the spiritual world and start to think about spiritual things. This could be quite exciting. I feel talking to people that are interested in the same type of things as you are, maybe reading a lot and extensive reading about esoteric things. All this could pay off well this year. If you want to get involved and understand all the spiritual side of life, this is a time for the sign of the monkey when you should fit right into it and get very inspired by the things you start to learn. Now, it's going to be quite adventurous time for the single monkeys as a time for love. You're quite an outgoing, gregarious sort of character. And this year it's a great time for socialising, meeting new people, people that like to go out and party and like to meet people and go on fun trips and outings and all sorts of adventurous type of things. This is very good for you, but not so much at the beginning part of the year, much more towards the end of the year. As you go into the end of this year, you should have quite a high social time. Hopefully by then a lot of the restrictions are lifted and we can all do those things, and I think that is going to be the case. But it's particularly well starred for the sign of the monkey as we move towards the end of 2021. This is also a time, this year is a time when you've learnt from past mistakes. You've made a lot of mistakes in the past, and you're starting to readapt, learn things, do things in a new way, and also become a lot more tolerant to the people around you. In terms of health, one of the most important things you must do with your health is look after your diet, whether it's just to lose weight maybe, or just to have a more healthy diet style, because you've been living, particularly through 2021, on bad diet. So now's the time for a bit of spiritual insight, like I said, spiritual development, changing your healthy lifestyle, and then quite an exciting time as the year progresses for you. Well, I hope you all enjoyed that today. If you are interested, of course, in finding out about your future and particularly your astrology, I've got a load of astrologers working on my website at psychics.co.uk who will give you some forecasts for your way ahead and what the 2021 holds in store for you. And if you really want to sort of learn more about these type of subjects, do have a look at some of my books. Messages from the Universe particularly is a great book. I say it is my book, but it's a great insight, I think, into the forces of fate and where we're going in the world and the incredible things I discovered in India about astrology, as well as also my other books like the Psychic School, for example, which will teach you all about how to develop your own psychic gifts and so on. So have a look at some of that. Have a look at the website, particularly, and if you haven't already, and have a look at some of the articles there. And follow this channel, because if you follow this channel and you're new to this channel, you'll find that we're offering all sorts of interesting stuff all the time. And like I said at the top of the show, we have a Friday night show that comes on every Friday night live, and we have all sorts of interesting things going on there. A different topic every week. We approach things in different ways all the time, and you'll be able to meet myself and my wife, who's also psychic there, and you'll be able to ask us questions and enjoy psychic experiments and all sorts of interesting stuff that we do all the time. So follow the channel. It's very easy. Just click that little button at the bottom of the screen there, and then click the little bell thingy there, and it will mean that you get updates every time we release a new video. Anyway, thanks for joining us. See you all soon. Bye for now.
Would you like a personal psychic reading? Visit psychics.co.uk for quality international readings with Craig and his team of clairvoyants. Improve your life and find the path to a better future. You can book readings by phone or email. For a quality reading, visit psychics.co.uk now. They are the real deal.